Hi all, lesson 4, spirit guides and spirit animals. So this is where things get really magic and majestic. So we've done the hard work, we've went back, we have looked at our concept of self, we have taken off the shackles of the past, we've faced the shadow, got rid of negative self-beliefs, taken responsibility, heeding the call, all of these things. So now we're at a place where we can make that beautiful connection to spirit guides. So just want to give you a little bit of background of spirit guides from my perspective, and everything I say will only be from my perspective. So that's just how I teach. So spirit guides. Myself personally, I am aware of 5 spirit guides that work with me. Most people have 2, 3, 4. It's all different. It's fine. Or, they might just become aware of their one. There is one main principal guide that's like your soul guide, and they'll stay with you throughout your entire life. They will be with you before you were born, making this life, making your plan, what you want to learn, what you want to achieve. Now, no life is rigid. I'm not saying that there's, everything is, fate. Your whole life is fated, to do certain things. Well, what would be the point of having life? What are you going to learn? It's always going to work out the same way anyway. So I believe in destiny. We create our own destiny. It's kind of like having a general plan of what you would like to do or what you would like to achieve. And then you have the free choice and the experience to do the rest. That's my belief. So you may pick certain experience. For example, my experience would have been, going through a traumatic childhood, being close to death on numerous occasions, things like that. And they've all enabled me to become more empathetic. It's really worked on my character. It's really helped me evolve as a person. So what I just want to share then about spirit guides is I would have made that plan with my one main principal spirit guide. And then as you go in and through your life, and if you become aware of your guide, that's fantastic. If this is going to be your meeting space, then fantastic as well. So what I just want to share is we're going to be doing the hypnotherapy healing meditation to get you down to that alpha theta brainwave frequency. So it's easier for your spirit guides to connect in. In fact, that is the brainwave frequency that they meet you on, okay? Because it's mind to mind, it's mental, it's all of those things. Telepathy. And we're bringing you down to that brainwave state so that you can have your own experience. Now, I know that I took you through a few exercises in one of the other lessons, so that will give you a bit of a feel, and you will obviously have had the experiences so far of, where you are you visual, are you auditory, are you feeling, whatever, it doesn't matter. So whatever way you're going to have your experience is the way it's going to happen. We're going to set the intention. Now, everything we've been going through now from here on out, with the spiritual realm, with the higher realms, with higher self and spirit guides is experimental. So I can't guarantee anything, but everybody that I have worked with has had some sort of experience no matter what. So that's the intention, to make a connection. They may speak words to you, they may give you a thought projection, you might get a feeling, you might see them, you might see words, whatever it may be. This is just about cultivating that initial connection. Now, this has taken me years upon years upon years to build up so I'd have a really close bond with my guides. Now, if this is your starting point, it's your starting point. If you already have awareness, that's fantastic too. But what I'm saying is, for your own benefit for yourself, to repeatedly meditate every day, whether, start off at 5 minutes, go for 10 minutes, let it build, let it fit into your life, but always do it, because the benefits of meditation are many. Single pointed focus, again, alchemizing and spiritualizing your emotions, becoming calmer, more content in life, happy for no reason, joy, bliss, all of these things, super learning states that are associated with meditation. So we're going to make this initial contact, and we're going to set the intention for a message. So this is all about you again, being self-actualized, and more connected to your divine inner being. Now, most people I speak to have had some sort of supernatural experience, which isn't really supernatural. It's just you're using your other etheric senses. Now, I'm not saying everybody that does this course is going to go out there and be a psychic medium or whatever. This isn't the point. The point is you are connecting to your own divine innate inner guidance system, your own divine power, and building that connection so as it can fit into your life in every area. So that's what this meditation is about. Obviously, after you can contemplate, you can journal, you can look at the questions and really go over what was your experience, because these are really golden moments. And a personal experience of mine is I did a meditation 3 years ago, a future pacing meditation, and I was shown something. I wrote it all down, forgot about it. So 3 years later, I came across that journal and was going through it, and what I wrote in that journal is actually happening at this time. It's actually just passed and is still occurring with me. So that, because I forgot all about it, that for me was validation, it was confirmation. Look, it was 3 years later, but you will probably get an instant message. Now, another thing I'm going to set the intention for, and I'll take you through it in the meditation, is about asking your guide for a symbol. It's just a wee separate exercise. So, but you will do that when you look at the other file. And this is really about just sitting, getting quiet, taking down your brainwave frequency, taking deep breaths, just getting settled and calm and centered. Asking your guide to draw close, asking for a symbol, and then asking for that symbol to show up in your life. Now, when this happens, that is validation for you, that is confirmation for you, that is the magic. When you begin to see the design on how this is like a matrix, and how a matrix system where synchronicity begins to show up and you get validation in your everyday life, that is where the magic lies. Because the more things like that happen, the more it builds your belief in the divine, in your power, in your connection to your guides. And that's what it's all about. So if this is the start of your journey, buckle up, because you're going to have an amazing time. If you have some awareness or some heightened ability, that's grand too. We'll move forward all at the same pace. So my guides personally, I have a main principal guide. He's Egyptian. He's shown himself to me. He speaks beautifully. He has fantastic metaphor. And the other thing I would like to sort of discuss on this, it's all about the creative output. It's all there's so many facets to what I do and how I express myself in the world. For example, my guide inspires me to do inspired speaking, do inspired talks. I do that. I've done that in many places. Also inspired writing, spiritual philosophy, and the words are so beautiful. They're so eloquent, and that is another way that my guide works with me. So what I'm saying is, and I have friends who have guides that work with them, for example, to do with art, and then they're an amazing, fantastic artist, whereas before they would have never had any experience with art. So, just be open, try not to have any expectation, and just connect in with your guides, your own higher self, your own higher power. Move into that space and just watch the magic show up in your life. Thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying the journey.